Ground control to Major Tom.
Famous for performing David Bowie's Space Oddity in space, and for being perhaps the most social media savvy astronaut ever, Chris Hadfield is reaching out to those of us grounded by social isolation.
This is ground control to Major.
His 3 missions in Earth orbit, including command of the International Space Station in 2013, taught him to cope with months and months of separation from almost everyone else on the planet.
Well, for the first time, maybe in living memory for most people, we find ourselves globally in a position of fear and isolation, physical isolation. And that's not the way most people normally live. But if you think about the life of an astronaut, they live in a dangerous place that is extremely isolated and thrive and really do well, succeed and love the life.
It's all about being prepared mentally, Hadfield says. That's what astronauts must do from the moment they start training for blastoff until fiery re-entry and splashdown. Being stuck at home with a dangerous disease outside isn't all that different, he says.
So give yourself a list of stuff to do, understand your own constraints, deal with the danger, and then take action. I think it's a really productive and healthy way to fly a spaceship, but it's also a productive and healthy way to get through this.
With literally billions in many countries locked down in their homes, Hadfield is hoping his advice can help them through what could be months of separation from almost everyone else in an effort to avoid infection and especially protect the most vulnerable.
I think it helps. I prepared for danger and isolation most of my adult life. And it's the same here. If you just look at this as, okay, it's just another day. I've just got a different set of options and, I'm still alive and there's stuff to do and let's just get at it. You have to be an optimist to fly a rocket ship, but you also have to be a very practical realist. And often those two things go together.
As a man with many months in space behind him, Chris Hadfield is urging us to think like astronauts on a mission, to be hopeful, helpful, and well-informed as this pandemic runs its course. Daniel Lack, Jazeera, Toronto.